Hey guys, Mrs. Castle here. Let's talk about a little assignment that's kind of like a collage, but it's kind of like a puzzle too. You're going to need some magazines, you're going to need a pair of scissors, and you're going to need some glue. Oh, and you are going to need a pencil. Let's pretend this is a pencil because you're going to select a color of construction paper. I'll use this, and you need to put your name on it, first name, last name, and your period. Pretend my period's first period. Then I'm going to turn this over so my name is on the back. That should be all you need your pencil for. So you could even use the colored pencils on the table or the markers. So what I'm going to do is look through the magazine, and I'm going to look for different parts of things. Like if I want to do some kind of person, we'll start with a person because that's easy. Like I could, ooh, pretty bracelets, I wouldn't mind those. This could be interesting. No, I don't want to use the skull. Always check the back to see if there's back of a picture to see if there's something that you would like better. I like these. These are ancient glass beads. Glass has been around for a very, very, very long time. And I'm going to cut this bead out because it has like a face on it or a head on it, and I want to use that for part of my collage. So now I have a head for the person that I'm going to make. So I'm going to set that aside. Notice I didn't totally destroy the whole picture. Okay, I am going through the magazine page by page to look at what is in there. Here in a second, it's going to look like I'm not going through page by page, but I am, and looking for a picture that would be interesting for the torso, arms, and legs. Thinking about the bride, but deciding against it. So just keep looking. You'll find something, but don't be too picky, okay? Okay, the shorts with the tall socks is interesting, so I'm going to cut those out. Now, the key to this assignment, I'm going to just cut that whole section out. The key to this assignment is good cutting. So I'm going to cut closely around what I want. Now, to get it out of the magazine, I cut a general shape. And now I'm going around and I'm cutting the background off so that I just have the section that I want. And I'm turning the paper, not my scissors. That is the key to good cutting. And notice my paper's kind of back in the scissors, not way out here. That way I've got a lot of room to close and cut. So, okay, I've got legs. Now I need a body and arms. And we do see pictures of other cultures that look different from us, and that's okay. So don't panic if you find pictures of things, cultures that you don't quite understand. Okay, I need a new magazine. Please throw your trash away. Okay. This lady's torso playing violin could be interesting. And again, I'm going to cut a general shape. Whoops, I cut 2 pages. Be careful you don't cut 2 pages.
Okay, don't forget when you're cutting, have the paper way back in the scissors and steer the paper, not the scissors. You will be much, much, much more successful if you steer the paper.
Use completely different arms, but this was an interesting image, so I want to use it. Okay, so now remember with glue, a little bit of glue goes a long way. Less is more, like we learned in our sculpture assignment. I'm just going to put a little tiny amount of glue on the bow for the violin. And I probably should have, and I'm going to kind of center this. I'm not going to press the bow down yet because I might need to put part of the head underneath. And I'm going to spread this glue out a little bit to get to the edges so it doesn't curl up on me. Okay. Oops, I need to trim that a little bit more to make it look better. Neatness makes a huge difference. If you're not cutting closely around your items, then this is going to not look great. That was kind of right. So, okay. I'm going to press that down. Then I'm going to add the shorts, or the legs. And I'm going to tiny amount of glue. It is not drippy at all. If your glue is running, it is too much glue. And then top there, and then I'm going to add, I'm going to lift that up a little bit. There. And everything's like a different scale, and like the bead is really large because that was a close-up. The torso and arms is kind of normal size, and then the legs are really, the shorts and legs are really small. That's part of what makes it cute. You can do this with other items as well. That's a little bit more challenging, but it's possible.
Okay, so let's try another one. And I found this boy's face peeking in the oven at those delicious looking cookies. And I like him, so I'm going to cut out his face, his head, and then I'm going to go looking for something else. I found a spoon that looks like it would be good for something, and I think I will probably use it for an arm. So cut carefully, here's a fork that could be the other arm. Cut carefully. Now, for things like the tines of the fork, if I cut in from either side of the shape, then I can easily remove this, the background that's inside the tines of the fork. So cut in from the outside, and then your pieces should fall out nicely. I could use that vase or the lamp that was there for a body, but I think this snowman body is going to be more fun. And it's very, very different from the fork and the boy's head, so that will make it even more fun. I'm looking for legs now. Those little kids' legs were interesting, but something very different from the other two things. Those dog's legs would be more fun because they are very different from the boy's head, the silverware, and the snowman. The more you find different things to put on, the better. And don't forget, smaller amounts of glue are better than large amounts of glue. Okay, we'll see how this turns out, and I'll put my arms on, and then we'll be done. Remember, small amounts of glue. Messy glue and poor cutting will really they will ruin the project. So be careful about gluey fingerprints and your cutting skills. Like I've done on this one, I put more than one on the page. If you have time to do 1 or 2 or 3, that's very good. That's awesome. You can put them all on the same page, and don't forget to put your name on the back. Have fun!